Whoa. Da, 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 da. Bless you, Fender. I matched my bedding, right? Do I match my bedding? I kind of matched my bedding. Hello. I say I summon emos while I'm all like, tee-hee. I mean, emo can come in all different forms, you know? It is a lifestyle, and, you know, to live that lifestyle, you can look many different ways. Hello. I added this filter, and it also, like, added a lip color or something, and, like, it made my face look, like, all, like, I don't know, like, I got some, like, professional, like, filler or something. I don't know. I look like they made my, Fender, they don't want to see your butt. Okay, I don't know, maybe someone wants to see that, but, like, Fender, you're too young. Hello. I can't. Hello, I said I would go live more and just talk because I miss you. May I see him? Of course. Mommy's baby. He's playful right now. Ooh, I can tell. All right, here is Mommy's baby. Oh, did they make your hair pink too? Mommy baby. You're Mommy's baby. This is how I talk to him. He's like, stop it, Mom. You're so embarrassing. And he's like, got the paw on me. What are you? Oh, you're looking at the lights? You like the lights? And now he wants to look outside. Well, here is what you all wanted to see. Look how flat, he's a little flat face. He's half Persian, so that's why he's got the little flat face. Okay. All right. He smelled my face, he got what he wanted, and he didn't like something. I don't know, I just put on sunscreen. Or he, like, smells my face, and I, like, don't have the heart to be like, but he just, like, smells my lips. He just smells me, like, my face for a long time, and I'm like, is this their way of, like, kissing you? I don't know, giving Mommy a kiss? Hello. Hi, everyone. Let's just talk about life and things. I think it could be so fun one time if I, like, so I have really bad ADHD, as we know, and I feel like everything on my computer is just, like, in my life, it's just so cluttered, and I'm like, what if we, like, all had some, like, organization day together, and we all just organize stuff? Also, had a few questions about this. So the merch is on jessiepaege.com. Also, had a lot of people asking about the woman merch. Oh my god. We're good. Not that kind of live stream. Wrong. No. Okay, so it's on www.jessiepaege.com, and then when you go there, you can get, because so many people were like, where did you get that woman shirt? And I'm like, I guess I didn't promo it enough, because a lot of people didn't realize that was my merch. But if you want to know, it's like the, you know, where everyone on the internet's like, I love woman, and then the sparkles, it's like that, but it's rainbow. Hold on. Let me get some pics. Here you go. Does this? There you go. It's the white shirt. Go to jessiepaege.com and then you shall find it, for people that were asking. Because I saw a lot of comments. I was like, damn, I must be not doing a good job promoting my merch. But it was also cool to have so many of the comments, even though the post wasn't about that, they were all like, where'd you get that woman shirt I needed in my life? And I was like, wait, that's my merch. You didn't know that? Okay, I don't know. Hello. So I want to answer questions because that's always a lot of fun. And why don't you wear a bra? I don't like to wear a bra anymore. I don't know. I never wore a bra when I was very underweight, and I felt as if I had to wear one suddenly when I recovered, and I'm like, the fuck? I can not wear a bra whenever I don't want to wear one. And also, like, I feel, I'm not saying, I think, you know, I had like really powerful, I had power in the tit, and then it somehow like slipped away. I don't know what I did, but you know, it lasted for a while, and then it kind of went away a little bit. So, you know, I'm like, well, I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm just going to like not wear a bra, so I feel like there's some benefit to, I mean, but you can not wear a bra regardless of the size of a tit. Tits are just tits. I don't know. You know, we put too much weight into the tit. Fender. He's like, stop talking about this. Okay, ooh, what's your fave emo bands? My fave emo bands. Okay, let's see. It's so hard because there's been a lot of things surfacing this year about different bands, and it's like really hard for me because a lot of these emo bands really just like were a huge part of, you know, maybe like a certain month in my life that was really difficult. Like I just listened to that song almost every day, you know what I mean? And I was on Twitter, like I really wanted to know everyone's opinion on this, like not from like because it's really like a very personal thing, but you know, I guess like where do you separate art from the artist and like how can you do so? And a lot of people were saying, you know, when someone releases a song, in a lot of ways it kind of can live on, like, you know, it can live on in a different way that is separate from the artist. Like the song is almost its own entity that you can enjoy. But then there's also the idea of like, I don't want to give money to the artist. And I don't know, there were really interesting opinions. So if anyone's like really interested in that conversation, I don't want to talk about it too much, but the replies on my Twitter, like I read through almost all of them. It was really interesting to hear, you know, what people's opinion on that was, especially because a lot of the bands I've talked about have had certain things surface. And, you know, I know a lot of you guys were also fans of these bands and I wanted to know. But also a thing to remember with certain bands, like especially with old songs and things like that, is that, you know, with a band, you know, maybe there's one member that has done things you don't agree with, but it wouldn't be fair to the other members that would be collecting royalties and were a part of the creative process to not make money in some ways if you do like the song, if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, favorite emo bands. Sorry. Okay, emo bands. I mean, I love Fall Out Boy. I love All Time Low. I love Frank's stuff. He's great. Vanta Void, stream them. I love what have I been streaming? I want to go on my Spotify. It's probably gonna go like beyond emo. You know what I'm saying? Is Billie Eilish considered emo? Because I saw someone consider her emo, and I was like, I mean, I love her music. She's great. Okay, let's see. Open the Spotify web player. What are your favorite emo bands? I also love, like, I don't know if they're considered emo, but they're more of, like, rock bands. I love Muse. I love Nothing But Thieves. I love even, like... And, like, with rock bands, it's easier for me to, like, I like rock sometimes because sometimes a little bit more of it's focused on the music, because I feel like rock music is made by a lot of nerds that just, like, love music but don't necessarily feel as if they want to, you know, be known as also, like, a performer completely. Like, they want that to be a smaller part of their brand, but, like, for example, the Black Keys, like, as people, I'm just like, okay. And I know they don't even get along, versus like I listen to their music and I love it, versus, you know, with like a band like One Direction when I was growing up, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna watch all their interviews. I don't know. I'm just ranting. Okay, let's keep answering questions. Have you drank water today? Not enough. I need to get my gallon. I need to find it. It's somewhere in my house, but like I hate using water bottles. I hate it. And obviously it's not good for the environment, and like you can very easily filter water. It's pretty accessible nowadays, and I fill up the gallon. I always have it with me. I never use water bottles, and I don't know where it is in my room right now, but it is so beneficial when I do have it. And you can even like buy one of the plastic like gallons that's like $1 at the grocery store, and then just keep refilling that. So, okay. Go drink water, guys. I'll do this after. Okay, I'll do this after. You speak facts. I hope there's no tit showing. I apologize. Oh, okay, like this question. What are 3 things that made you who you are? Oh my goodness. Okay. First off, I was gonna say really quickly, thank you for all the really, really sweet comments on my Instagram post yesterday, because like, I don't know, I was in a really good mindset where I was like, you know what, I know I get these comments every day, and like I'm in a good mindset where I can read these look for these comments about myself and like put them together just to give people a glimpse of what I go through. And like also the thing is though, I genuinely don't like being, which is surprising, I guess maybe, I don't know. It's weird because I am very honest about things that happen, but like I really like don't like being pitied very often, which like I don't think anyone was pitying me, but I like to try to see, I like to take like, I like to acknowledge that the things I go through are bad and bad are not easy and are difficult, and I do not deserve to go through them, but I also like to really focus on, you know, the good things and the strength that comes from that. And that's not saying that like I would wish any of these things I've been through on anyone, because that would be absolutely ignorant. But okay, anyways, if you read the caption, I feel like I really put everything together on like how I feel. But I basically was saying, you know, I value the kind comments I get from being so honest online so much. And I let them hold so much value. Like those of you that are really kind to me, that like I don't even give myself the space in my head, like the time of day to actually like let those other comments hurt me. And like I also just have gotten to a point where I saw them and I'm like, I know I should not be receiving those, and you know, I just know I shouldn't. And I also feel confident enough in myself now, like if even a year ago those would have really affected me, but like they don't anymore. It's really odd. Like I don't know, they don't really affect me like they used to, and I'm proud of myself for that. And there are definitely like some horrible disgusting things to say to someone that's recovered from an eating disorder. Like it's real fucked up. Like I look at that and I'm like, oh my goodness, like I could not imagine writing some like telling someone that recovered from an eating disorder something like this. But at the same time, like I don't let it. Okay, anyways, so 3 things that made me who I am. I think number 1 would be my like selective mutism. Growing up, I was mute, basically. I was very shy, but like to an extra extent. That was one, because I feel like through that, I also learned, like, I'm a very independent person, and a lot of my career and who I am comes from that, and even, like, a lot of my strength, you know, even, like, not dating people that are going to hurt me. Like, I'm so independent, and that is something I've learned to do, that I can, just value my time more, because I do like spending time alone. So I'm like, if I am going to spend time with you, I gotta really like you, and also, like, just value you in my life. And so much of my channel is just based around like my whole journey overcoming that, because I definitely, like, when I started my channel, I was not as bad as I was as a kid. I've talked about this, like I went to a special ed preschool and I had an aide growing up in all my classes, until 3rd grade was the first year I didn't have one. But still, when I first started my channel, I was still very, very shy and essentially mute, and I feel like so much of my channel was just like discovering like this liberation of being able to talk and have a voice. So that's definitely 1. I would say 2 would be, I feel like I am who I think moving out young, honestly, like, made me, in my mind, in some ways, I'm like such a dumb bitch. I'm like 16, and I just have the most stupid humor. I mean, yeah, I'm telling you guys this one. What did I title this live stream? Like, we're sacrificing someone? Yeah. Like, you know this. But, which I think is a good thing. I wouldn't want it to be completely one way, but I think in a lot of other ways, I grew up very quickly, and that is just a big part of who I am today, where I lived alone when I was like 16 to when I was 20. So I've just like seen a lot of life. And I also just skipped the whole, like, I think this does just affect who I am today. And it's not necessarily good, or it's controversial as to whether this could be a good or bad thing, but I never really had like the teenage college experience. Like when I moved out, all my friends were like mid-20s, and I was like 17, 18. Like I didn't have a lot of friends that were my age, and if I did, like they weren't the type of like I don't think I've been to a house party. And I was like, I was upset when I turned 20 that I'd never been through that, but honestly, or never experienced it. But I look back at it, I'm like, would I have even enjoyed it? Like, do I want that because I think that's just a necessary thing to experience? Or like, would I have, you know what I mean? And I just kind of really valued, and that's not to say I don't believe in college education, but you can have a college education without feeling the need to go to a house party every weekend. And you can educate yourself and you know, work in any way, work on your schoolwork, work on your job, and not... And just like you can get fulfillment in other ways, and you don't need to like ever fake that, essentially. I don't know. And then three would be probably, and this is gonna sound weird, but my destructive habits made me who I am today, and I would not wish any of that on anyone. But I think that kind of like hitting rock bottom in certain ways and experiencing a lot of really I feel like it's really shaped my perspective on life, just experiencing so many insane things and then coming out on the other end of it. Okay, I'm going to answer another question. Ooh, these are good questions. Ooh, do you speak other languages? Okay, I really want to learn a new language, and I've been talking about this because I'm 21 right now, and I'm like, I feel as if I spent 4 or 5 years, just a little bit every day, you know, just like a little bit. I don't even have to spend an hour every day, like 15 minutes, I could learn a language, but I'm just so torn on which one to learn. I don't know, because I'm like, I really want to learn Japanese, but at the same time, there's a lot of part of Japanese, like there's I guess, like, I'm like, they say you should learn a language you'll use a lot, and I'm like, well, I watch a lot of anime, but, like, do I know if I'm gonna go to Japan a lot? Like, I'd like to, but, like, do I know that's gonna happen? I don't know, but it's always, and also, I think it could always be beneficial to me in my content, because I like what I have to say, and I love to be able, it's, like, so sad to me that certain people, even though you can obviously translate a video, but, like, I love to just have people hear things in my own words. Like I would love to be able to just like talk to more people, and the more I learned a different language, the more I could do that. I don't know. Okay. Bum 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 bum. I love your look. You look like a fresh 70s cool mom. I'll give you the whole look. So, these are my pants. This is my shirt. These are my earrings. And then I normally don't have my glasses on, but I was gonna like do some work on my computer, and I get really bad headaches as of recent, and trying to wear blue light glasses more. There you go. Boom. I like never spend a lot of money on clothes, but I saw this one like 2-piece from someone on Instagram, and I loved it because this like there's a matching like top that goes with it, but the brand is basically like, I think it's like Everyday Sleepwear or something is the name, and I'm like, that is literally what I need, because I need like clothes that are so comfortable, but they like fashionable pajamas is what I'm saying. So, by the way, if you just came to this live stream, you should go watch my new music video. You should. Just look up You're a Zombie, Jessie Paege. Am I good at that promo, guys? Yeah. I used to be so good at it. Like, I was watching my old videos when I was 18. I was like, I'm gonna dye my hair blue at the end of March 23rd if this gets 20,000 likes. And I was like, how did I do that? I don't know. I was a weird teenager. I like feel like I've regressed in certain ways. Like, I was such a like perfectionist. Like, I was like, growing up as a kid, I was not an overachiever. I literally was just like, I feel like I was the comedic relief in my friend group, because like they were all really talented and great at things, and I just like was kind of like there. Like, it wasn't that I wasn't, I just didn't have anything that I did on my own. And then like coming into high school, for some reason, I just became like an ultra perfectionist in every single way. Like, I was on like the cleanest of clean diets. Like, if something had cane sugar, I was like, absolutely not. Like, I was very into like clean eating and working out and getting good grades, and also my YouTube, I was just like an extreme human. I don't even know how I did it. And I like had everything so regimented, and now I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't know. Thank you for complimenting the look though. I like it. I think it's fun. And I also like the earring. I'm just like trying to get dressed more because it's so easy with, like, this has been going on for so long, and it's so easy, like, even if you had good habits for the beginning of quarantine, which like I feel like I enjoyed quarantine for the beginning, and then I just started like, I was like, nah, I'm good. I got like okay control of this, you know, considering what's going on. And that's not to say that like you need to be productive during quarantine. Like, I'm very passionate in that you just need to like let yourself feel things, and if you know, if your way of coping with what's going on and just letting yourself cope is just, you know, sitting down, watching movies, working in your pajamas, you go for it. But for me, like, I just feel as if I suffer with very extreme depression, and I'm just very vulnerable to it when I don't get dressed. I feel like sometimes I go into like escapism mode that isn't even like helping me. Like, it's not, I think escapism's good sometimes, you know, if you're like, when I'm really anxious, sometimes like escapism's the one thing that helps me. Like, I'll just watch a TV show and like pretend I don't exist. But I think like doing it for days after, I'm just so depressed. I don't know. I could go on a whole rant about being depressed while living through this pandemic, because I feel as if it's I don't know, it's something I like haven't seen a lot of people talk about. It's hard. And then I think especially with TikTok, for some reason, I think that TikTok is almost making people a little more depressed, because number one, we're getting so much information so quickly. Like, it's not like we're just going through everyone's Instagram stories. Like, we're seeing things that people are doing like so often, and you see also other people that are, you know, like, this is how I made 100K last year, and things like that. Like, everyone's educating, and you feel as if you're at a disadvantage. I don't know if that's weird. Okay. What are some tips for fear of abandonment? Also, hello, parent Paege. I like your username. Guys, if you're watching this live stream, you better have the music video open in a new tab. You're a zombie. Jessie Paege. Click the link in my bio. Ha! Am I good at this? I'm great at this. I like this pink. Oh, God, I want pink hair again. Fuck. It's okay. What I like about being blonde is that if I want pink hair one day, I can just like spray it and then it's there. Tips on fear of abandonment. So this definitely is something I suffer with a lot, and especially in relationships for some reason. That was like what really made me realize I go through this. Like, I genuinely felt as like, I don't know, I you know when you just like know that you're gonna break up with someone, that you guys are going to break up, that things aren't working out, and like it's just like a slow lead up to something happening. Like, that would literally make me so like mentally unwell, and I felt so insecure and anxious, and I completely know what you're talking about is what I'm trying to say. But I would say, first off, go to therapy. Therapy is very important. 2, read some books. If you know, I think that tends to root from something, you know, not to go all therapist on you, that tends to root from something else that you've been through, that you could have been through your whole life. And it's important to understand that so that you can understand yourself. And then also, once you understand yourself, then you're able to, you know, okay, like, now it's time to unlearn it, sort of thing. That's kind of what's really helped me a lot. And then just like independence, like taking really good care of yourself, and self-care, and not like the doing skincare is great though, but like taking care of yourself, and that, you know you're gonna be kind to yourself when you're alone. Like, you don't need someone else to be kind to you and to show you affection and to kiss you to feel good about yourself. Like, you can know that when you're alone, you're like, oh, you bad bitch, you know, and you can trust yourself to be with your own thoughts. That was like, I think a big thing that was my issue, was I just like needed that validation from someone else. And that's why I had like such fear of abandonment, because I knew I wasn't going to be getting that from anyone else. I don't know. Okay. Anyways. Oh my god, any advice on long distance relationships? Ooh, okay. So this is a controversial opinion, but I think long distance relationships aren't for everyone in some ways. I had a long distance relationship and I just realized it's just like, and this isn't to say like me saying, because it's difficult, you should break up. But I do think after experiencing what that's like versus, you know, having a relationship where you guys do live close to each other, one thing I definitely learned is it's very, 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 very difficult to have a long distance relationship with someone and also be getting to know them. Like if you guys had met while you were living closer to each other and just really got to know each other first and then went long distance, it would be different. But it is like a very, very, very difficult thing to get to know someone while being long distance. And again, that is not to say that you should break up. Like for example, you don't know, like FaceTime isn't a deter, like you don't know how this person acts in certain settings sometimes, or, you know, even if you do hang out with them like every 2 months, like 2 weeks or something, it's like it's that person could be trying to show you their best. Like there can also just be so much pressure to just like have that person see the best version of yourself. But that could also just be me. It's something that just really doesn't work with certain personalities and like really does with other people as well. Anyways, so, I think it's really important to practice communication, obviously, like in every fucking way, especially with long distance. Communication is just incredibly important because, you know, there's just, it's easier to hide things when, you know, you're just FaceTiming versus, you know, when this person lives. Someone just goes, sing for me. Cute. Well, then you should click the link in my bio. Why are you commenting eggplant emojis? Oh my goodness. Jessie, I feel like a therapist right now. I feel like the like trendy like astrology therapist. I don't know, like the Gen Z therapist with my earrings and my pink hair. Like the trendy therapist. The therapist you would also like, maybe, I don't know. the cool therapist, I'd hope. It's so weird to me that I'm Gen Z because like everyone talks about Gen Z as if they're all like 16, but Gen Z is a literal like, it's a 1 year to another year, a generation. Like, I don't know. But anyways, I am Gen Z actually. I was born in 1999. Yes. I like feel baby, but I also don't feel baby, because like 21 is really young, but like at the same time, like I feel like I'm acting like I'm 35 already. I'm like, Jessie, you're 21. You should be a bad bitch. Okay. Anyways, long distance relationships, they really don't work for everyone, but I would say the number one thing is communication, and also just really, you know, talking to yourself and thinking about, you know, like is this good for you or bad for you? Because as much as you love someone, like, you know, you also need to take care of yourself. Okay, cool. Let's keep going. Na 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 da 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 da. What's your opinion on writing as a way to cope with depression? Oh my god, I completely fucking stand by this. I think, okay, I saw a TikTok about this and it genuinely helped me, and this is gonna sound so dumb, but maybe dumb. I'm a really slow writer. I have like in school, everyone's like, your handwriting looks like a font. I will take pride in that I have very pretty handwriting, but I like definitely take my time. Also, I have like something called hyperhidrosis, which makes my hands sweat all the time, and it can be very difficult for me to write sometimes. Besides the point, you know, sometimes I like to type, but also sometimes when I'm like trying to cope with something, it's great to just not be on technology. And someone on TikTok said this, and I tried practicing it a teensy bit, and I actually really liked it. Which, hear me out. You can think you're as crazy as you want, but you know how you give others advice and you don't follow it? Well, just genuinely like having a conversation with yourself and talking to yourself, you know, like you were talking to a best friend, because you're always kinder to a best friend than you are to yourself. But also I feel like when you're in your head, I mean, it also, it is easy to, you know, look yourself in the mirror and say something really mean to yourself too. But I guess just like verbally saying things out loud, it just almost like, you know, when you study, they say it's easier to, you know, instead of just reading something, like it's good to say it out loud. It's kind of like that. Like, this is so silly, but for example, like I can just be such a perfectionist with my content, and I'll just like take a bajillion takes of something that doesn't need it. And I literally was just talking to myself, and I've never done this, and I was just like, Jessie, you got this, you're great, like you're doing such a good job. And it like helped me so much. I was like, your time is valuable, you don't need to take 20 takes, you got, like, I was like giving myself advice, and it genuinely worked, which sounds so silly, but it kind of in some ways feels similar to journaling. But like if you have ADHD like me and you just like lose journals and like your writing ends up all over the place, or even if you like don't want someone to find it, like if that gives you anxiety, that's a really good way to have like this same, just like literally like you can just sit in silence and just like talk, like what the fuck comes to your mind, and you'll realize a lot of things. Also, pay attention to your dreams. That's a thing I like to do as well. Okay, cool. Fender, where is he? I have no idea. Banana, are you, oh, I pressed on the wrong one. Oh, I did press on the right one. If you don't know, I got a concussion for my guitar. I'm doing a lot better. I have like migraines on the side of my head, and that's been like my new okay, I don't know what happened, but 2021 was the year of physical illness for me, and I like don't get injured. I don't know what happened, but First, I had my wisdom teeth out, which I was like, you know, everyone has to go through this, but it's still, like, difficult to go through. It was, like, a week of just being on, like, intense pain meds and just, like not being able to do anything. And then again, also just being a person that struggles with depression, it just, like, made me unable to do some of my healthy coping mechanisms, and also I had to work that week, and I, like, felt guilty for seeming lazy. All this stuff. So I was like that was difficult to go through, but I was like, you know what? I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, this isn't forever. And then one of my healthy coping mechanisms that bit back and fucking hurt me is to play electric guitar. If you don't know, I'm an electric guitar player. That's like where I started in music. And my dad has a custom Gibson Les Paul, and those are very, very heavy. Like, they are called the backbreaker guitars. Like, they are significantly, like, they are way heavier than your average electric guitar. And so many people that were like, you got a concussion from a guitar. Okay. Anyway, so I was like finally starting to recover from my wisdom teeth. It was also really difficult for me because like I couldn't take my medication I have to take to function every day, just like my normal medication, because I was just on such intense pain medication I didn't want to, I guess. And my cat Fender, where is he? Meow meow. I call him meow meow sometimes too. Where is Fender? Does anyone see him? Fender. What the heck? Where is my cat? He never goes under the bed. I'm like, you can't see this, right? What? Where the fuck did he go? Fender! Did he run out and I like missed it? Oh, he's so cute! Stop! Okay, wait, I'll show you where he is. There he is. You little musical boy! He's so cute. There he is. Hi. I know. I'll let you rest. Okay. He's just listening to me. He just didn't want to be in the spotlight. What was I saying? Anyways, it was like right when I was recovering from my wisdom teeth, and I banged my head while my cat was just running around because I had a guitar strap on the guitar and I was finished playing, lifted it up over my head, and then I like am really dumb, and I've played electric guitar for 10 years, so like I just you know, when you just like drive with one hand, and not saying this is safe, like, you know, it's not necessarily the best technique, but like you've done this thing so much that you just kind of like have your own natural shortcuts. I was walking away while lifting the guitar over my head, and also my cat likes to try to run out of my room, and like he can be difficult to catch once he's out, so I'm like trying to get him not to run out, and then lifting it up over my head, banged my head, and like lost consciousness for a bit. And then I like went in the mirror and I was like, oh damn, I'm probably gonna have like a huge bruise on my forehead. And I didn't really think anything else of it. And then for the next like 2 days, I just had, which I've never had headaches in my life, just like crazy headaches. And I was like, what is going on? And I had some headaches when my wisdom teeth were out. So I was like, it's probably just the wisdom teeth. This is where all the physical illnesses just affect each other. And long story short, like 2 days later, I was like, okay, this is like getting really serious. And I went to the ER, and luckily there was no long-term damage, but I did have a concussion and was suffering from something called post-concussive syndrome. So that was fun. And for a while, I just like couldn't focus. I couldn't like look at technology too long. I would get very easily versus I feel like with ADHD, my issue was that I was constantly overstimulating myself, and that was almost my comfort. Like I needed 20 things going on at once. I dealt with the opposite, which, you know, I totally like understood how, you know, people that do struggle with this, how they feel. Like I went to the grocery store and I couldn't even like go in there. I had to walk out because there was just so many people talking and music, and I just like, I felt overstimulated. I forget when that was. That was like end of 2020, early 2021. That was going into 2021. So then I decided I wanted to start exercising in 2021, and I started doing like Zumba classes, but I would just do it with my socks on the carpet, which when you're like rotating your legs and stuff, very bad for you. So I had like I thought they were stress fractures because like I couldn't walk for a week. But I think they were just like knee issues, and they eventually went away when I like got sneakers, learned how to stretch correctly, and those like went away this week, which was really good. But then last week the migraines came back, and I was like, concussion again, but they were only on one side of my head. Long story short, I'm talking about this too long. I was really depressed early 2021, honestly because of a lot of the physical issues, but also just like there was just a lot going on at home, and I didn't know what to do. And that's why, like, for example, I had my leg injury because I just like, I would practice healthy coping mechanisms, but like to a point where they weren't healthy. Like I worked out like 8 hours, and that's why I injured my legs, because I just like, I don't know. When you're anxious, and depressed, you don't have a concept of time. So anyways, I just like wasn't brushing my teeth well enough. And this happens to a lot of people that have depression. And like literally, if you're going to comment that's gross and, you know, then talk about how depression is artistic, like fuck you. I can't stand, I really hate romanticizing mental illness. Like the idea of like, oh, but like, cute manic pixie dream girl, but you know, second she like is too depressed to get up and brush her teeth, she's disgusting. Okay, I just really can't stand that. I don't know. But anyways, I was like, oh my god, what's going on? Do I have like my dad has migraines, like chronic migraines. I'm like, oh my god, like did I inherit that from him? Fuck. And it was only on one side of my head versus my concussion. It wasn't my concussion, I could tell. So I was like gonna go to a neurologist, and then, which I've never been to the doctor this much in my life. And then I was like, it always felt like it was coming from my teeth, and I kept asking my friends that have migraines, like I was like, does it like also affect your jaw and your teeth? And they were like, yeah, like when you have migraines, it can also affect, like your teeth can feel sensitive. But I was brushing my teeth, and I like pulled my lip up, and I like saw that my gums were certain gums were inflamed and all like swollen, and I looked up, you know, like what the certain like what the stages of gingivitis are, and like saw that essentially like all the pictures matched what I had, where it was just, I hope for the most part, just like early gingivitis. Anyways, mental health is fucking serious. I honestly think all these physical issues, besides the wisdom teeth, were very much so in different ways, just like caused by me trying to cope with things, and they became physical. So take care of your mental health. Meow meow. Okay, let's talk about life more. Da 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 da. If you don't mind, can you press your boobs? No thanks. Jessie! What is really in recovery? What is really... Okay, I think... So here's the thing, too. I think eating disorders are not just, like, one look. And they're not even just... For me, it was related to gaining weight. But, like there's more... Like, eating disorders are not a size-exclusive thing. Like... You do not need to be underweight to have an eating disorder, and it's a fault of society, and I happen to fall into the stereotype of eating disorders where a lot of people validate my eating disorder more than others, and I really disagree with that and don't like it. And that's not to say that what I went through isn't like an eating disorder, but it's only one example, and there's so many different ways, you know? I think like people don't really focus on binge eating, and there's a lot of really negative stigma around that one, and like eating disorders recovery can even have nothing to do with your weight. Like it's all a mental thing, you know, like you don't physically get affected by things if the mental isn't there. So you just need the mental part of it to even to recover is what I'm saying. So I think in any way, it's just trying to build a healthier relationship with food and with yourself and your body, and that is, in my opinion, recovery. And it's not gaining weight. It doesn't have to be that, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's so much stigma around different disorders, even bulimia. You know, there's so many people, even there's so many, like, it is just one example to have like an eating disorder be someone that has become underweight and then needs to gain weight. Like that is completely, I think, if anything, I think like binge eating disorder is even more common and less talked about, which is really upsetting, and also just has so much stigma behind it that just tries to make these people feel as if it is their fault, and as if it is not a mental illness, but it is just a form of laziness, which is not true. And also I saw TikTok about this, but I agree, laziness is literally not a thing. It is a result of something else, that you were unable to do certain things, and it is just one example of an unhealthy relationship with food. Okay. Anyways, I'm going off. Okay, cool. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum. I need to read more books. Please give me recommendations. I really want to read more like music-related books. I'm not really a big fictional character. I mean, I am, but like short stories, that's more my thing. Like, I'm not really into like I used to be. Oh my god, I was obsessed, but I think I'm more of a visual person now, and I probably couldn't like read a fictional book for a while, but I really want to read I want to read more about just like spirituality, manifestation, and mental health in general. Like I'm trying to read a lot about that, and yeah, I'm trying to read those, not to bore you all out and be nerdy, but I'm trying to read more about those. Or like I love autobiographies as well. Those would be great. Or just, you know, or someone else telling the story of someone's life. I love those as well. Okay, cool. Oh my god, I was obsessed with John Green books. Will Grayson is so fucking underrated. If you know John Green's book, Will Grayson. It's not only him, there's another author. I forget the other author's name. That's the whole concept behind it. It's so good. I'm so upset that one never became a movie, because that was my favorite book by him. It was so good. Okay. If you know Will Grayson, you do. If you don't, you should read it. It's great. It's my favorite John Green book, and I like read them all. Guys, I was on Tumblr in 2014, of course. Lower your cam. I'm not showing you guys my tits. Everyone wants tit cam. Alright, I'm gonna go. I hope you guys have had a great day. Be sure to watch my music video. That would be appreciated. Merch is only available for like a few more days. So, jessiepaege.com to support me. Also, if you come from this live stream, if you could go and comment, I love you, Jessie. Or yeah, I love you, Jessie. Or Jessie is my 70s mother. Let's do that. Jessie is my 70s mother on my new Instagram picture. You could put it on your story too. That just helps support my page, helps me make content and be able to do this as my career. Streaming my music helps too. Like, I always feel guilty for promoting, but I'm like, you know, I work hard and that allows me to just create more for you guys and to be able to do this full time. So like, it's a win-win situation and my content's free. So you get to stream my music for free. For free. Okay, cool. I love you. I posted a really cute video of me performing Phantom in a sunflower field on my main channel if you want to watch that. Be sure to subscribe to the new channel. I feel like the new channel doesn't show up when you look up Jessie Paege. So go to where the You're a Zombie music video is, and then you'll see that's a new channel, and be sure to subscribe to that one because I don't want to spam my old channel with a ton of music stuff. Hi, sweetie. You're so cute. Okay, sorry. I'm literally that mother. I'm like, my son is better than all the others. I'm talking about my cat, by the way. I am a mother. I'm a single mother. I love you. I love you so much. And let's talk more. This is really fun. I want to do this more often. I should make a Twitch. I should ask my brother because he has a PC and he's a gamer. I should do that. That would be so much fun. Okay. I love you.